What we were discussing about that what were the important what were the important reforms taken by introduced by the revolutionaries to make that permanent. We have discussed how many points?
4 points. Now that we are under a centralized administrative system. Internal custom duties.
See, about that only we were discussing that when we have to travel from one place to another, that place's tax will be toll tax is big. But here, during that time, customs duty was different. Each area different rates were and different units. For example, when we are going to purchase cloth we are getting in meters. Okay, but they are having different units. 1 meter we are having 100 centimeters. Okay, but in Germany it is different in different places. So the traders had to suffer a lot. If they are carrying or selling their product in different places, each place according to that area's unit, they have to pay the custom. So that was abolished. That was a great change. Next important development was that regional dialects. What is regional dialect? We know that in Maharashtra, what is the language of Maharashtra? Marathi. Marathi is spoken in different areas in different ways. Isn't it? People used to say Marathi. That means that coastal areas. Pahad ka udhar ka Marathi. So different ways. That is what is dialects. But the same language. Script is also same, but the spoken term is same. So in France at that time, many dialects were there. There was no common language, but they have introduced French as the language of France because it was the language of Paris, the capital city. Got it? So,
now in Paris is the capital city of France, and why was the Paris list of Versailles located?
see, earlier, let us take the example of Mughal city. Mughals are having palace in different places. Shah Jahan's stayed this palace, even Red Fort was also there. To the Minar ke paas also was there. So different places they used to make. But this Versailles palace was very important because this palace was having that kind of facility that is inside that is tennis courts and other facilities. So then later on, when First World War has taken place, this Versailles was taken as a place to make the Treaty of Versailles. So that much important was there. Whether in order to reach the people of different parts, this particular place was continued. This is where Versailles was clear. Now what was the next one? Revolutionaries did not limit only in France. They thought that it is their responsibility to make other countries also free from this dictatorship. So they marched to other places to put an end to dictatorship in other countries also. So the revolutionary ideas were spread to other countries. Clear? That many points you have to remember. Clear? Now let's see. After the French Revolution, do you remember what was the government came to power in France? Remember Robespierre's government? Robespierre, Maximilian Robespierre. Okay. This Robespierre's government was that much a dictatorship and the people were fed up with it. Even his own associates were fed up with it. Now his group was pushed reign of terror. Okay. So after that, that was Jacobin government. After that, then there was the directory that the members of the directory were fighting among themselves. This led to the emergence of Napoleon. Have you heard about Napoleon? Yes. He was the first dictator the world have ever seen. Alexander the Great was there, he was a king. But this Napoleon was a dictator, not belong to the royal family. Alexander belonged to the royal family. He conquered different places and he was a conqueror. But Napoleon did not belong to any royal family, but he emerged to the power and became the dictator. He came to be known as a world conqueror. He was known as what? World conqueror. More than his conquest, his administrative system is very famous. He introduced some good things in the country, good reforms in the country. Do you know what reform he had introduced? Napoleonic Code. Napoleonic Code. Code Napoleon or Napoleonic Code. Not four. So this was important because a standardized weights and measures was used. What is it? Standardized weights and measures. We have discussed if there is no common unit. If you are going to a shop, one shop is giving, you ask for 1 kilogram of sugar. According to that shop's unit, it is only 600 grams. You will come satisfied with the 600 grams. Because that is the unit. So, this type of condition was there. There was no common units, weights and measures. I'll tell you a story of a person, a farmer in a remote village. He was not having anything to measure. He was just bringing that he to a shopkeeper. He, you are knowing, no? What is he? Not knowing. Knowing, no? What? Not knowing. Not knowing. Okay. So this poor farmer, he used to sell this to a town trader. He was not having any unit to measure that one. He will pay weekly. He come to that trader to sell this. And while going back, he will purchase that sugar or whatever things he need. What he used to do, that is the unit he get from the shopkeeper, as the unit for measuring is heat to the trader. Once the trader got so angry, why you are giving less amount? He told me, no, I don't know that. I don't have any measurement. I am using that measuring unit, that is by which you are giving that sugar juice. Giving according to that only. Actually, what happened that shopkeeper himself was giving less. Then only he realized that I am giving less. That is why this poor fellow also giving that amount. So what we have to understand that is if there is no common unit of weights and measures, this is the problem. That is people have to find it. People find it very difficult to get the things and set the things. So Napoleon introduced the common weights and measures according to the code Napoleon. Then what was the other thing he had introduced? Common currency. Common currency, during that time, different currencies. In childhood, how many of you played in that shop and shop and business?
And business.
So, what currency you were using?
Children's Bank of India.
You are saying Children's Bank of India, the currency. But our time, this currency was not there. We used to take the leaves. Write the amount and leave. So, okay. So there was a need of common currency, and Napoleon introduced common currency within that country. Next important reform you tell. Now you tell me what is the third reform introduced by Napoleon? Then see, he did away with all privileges based on birth, established equality before the law, and secured the right to property. That is for a long time. Women got the right to vote in 1948 years of now, mainly in France that time. So, but still, you just compare it with the time of French Revolution. What was the condition? There was a huge so that is what we are saying. Compared to that period, with the introduction of these reforms, the lives of the people were far better. So he introduced the reform like the right to property. Earlier, the commons, majority of the commons were not having any right to hold property. Okay. Then did away with all privileges based on birth. What was the privilege enjoyed by that people, upper class, clergy and nobles enjoyed all the privileges. Then secured the right to property. This code was exported to the region where the French conquered. The places conquered by the French, that places also these systems were introduced. Then, in the Dutch Republic, in Switzerland, in Italy, and Germany, Napoleon simplified the administrative division. Later part, you have to study about that. That country, Germany, was divided into 39 principalities. So, that administrative division was simplified, that is, reduced the number. It's very difficult. Modern day, it is not a big problem. But earlier time, it was a very difficult condition to administer such a vast and diverse areas. So that is why he simplified the administrative system. Next, what is that? In the towns too, town areas also, guild restrictions were removed. What is the meaning of guild? Have you heard about the word guild?
Yes, ma'am.
Tell.
It is a small organization.
It is a
Within
groups.
craft
They
guild.
organize small meetings for themselves, like groups.
See, those groups of merchants, groups of traders, groups of craftsmen, that is, those who are engaged in the same field, they join together. So that is what a guild. Clear? So guild restrictions were removed. Transport and communication systems were improved. Peasants, artisans, workers, and new businessmen enjoyed a newfound freedom. So initially, everyone was happy with these changes. Later on, they thought that why France is introducing the reforms in our country. So that is why newfound freedom they enjoyed initially. They were very happy. They welcomed them as harbingers. Have you heard about that word harbinger?
Someone who brings
Peace, peace or happiness. It came from that word. See, you might have heard about that story of the Noah's Ark.
yes.
So biblical story. So that is there were that 40 days and 40 nights that flood was, and after that, hello sir, come here. Sit. So after this flood, this ark reached one finished part. And in order to know that whether this will stop, rain stopped or not, Noah sent this bird. So, first bird that did not return back. Afterwards, when crow was sent, it also did not return back. Then harbinger, it's a small bird. It went and returned back with a leaf. It is after that it returned all, that is new leaves are coming. So that leaf, it was on its way. So one who brings a change, that meaning is the meaning for harbinger. So harbinger is a word here. Here the French army was considered as harbinger. Clear? So initial stages, they all were happy with that French army. Okay, in our country, dictatorship would end and they would introduce the soil changes.
The French colonies.
But later on, when they began to establish the rules, they were unhappy. So till that time, they were happy with all, they welcomed them. Afterwards, clear? Now, what was the effect of Napoleon rule? In the areas conquered, the reaction of the local population to French rule were mixed. Initially, in many places such as Holland and Switzerland, as well as in certain cities of Brussels, Mainz, Milan, and Warsaw, the French armies were welcomed as harbingers of liberty. Liberty meaning is freedom. Okay. But the initial enthusiasm soon turned to hostility as it became clear that the new administrative arrangements did not go hand in hand with the political freedom. So they began to establish the dictatorship there. So they did not like the French army to be stationed there. Clear? Did you get what was the response of the people? Now we are going to see the making of nationalism in Europe. Here is very interesting part. It is given about what are the new ideas introduced. What is the real meaning of nationalism? What do you understand by the term nationalism? Freedom. Nationalism. Struggle for freedom. Okay.
Taking pride in one's country.
Yes, that's so. Anything else? See, it is based on pride. It is on the movement of freedom. Okay, everything is good. Let's see that. Do you know that floods the people are taking in our country?
Yes.
Tell.
India is my country.
India is my country. We are not telling that India is your country. Huh? My country means there's a feeling of love towards our country. Okay. We are not talking so much about our neighboring country. We are talking always that is not good things about our neighboring country. Especially Pakistan. Okay. That is why I did not tell about Pakistan earlier. I talked about Nepal. Yes. So that feeling, that is a very big attachment towards our country. Just you know that your full, at least 2-3 lines
Of the play, India is
no, you just tell it.
India is my country, or Indian my brothers and sisters. I love my country and I'm proud of its rich and varied heritage. I shall always strive to be worthy of it. I shall leave my parents, teachers, and all others with respect and treat everyone with courtesy. To my country and my people, I pledge my devotion in their well-being and prosperity, alone life and happiness.
Okay. Yes. See, there is a very close feeling. But there's some people, for fun purpose at least, the second line is little misinterpreted. What is the second line?
Like we can't make our parents and brothers.
Not only that.
I'm
Take a little bigger terms.
like husband and wife are also brothers.
Oh,
That is why some understand boys used to tell
or it is our brothers and sisters.
Except Dash.
And
first part will be
skip.
okay. So what you skip on.
You don't say the place.
So
Exactly.
he is not having any nationality.
चलो पास कर रहा हूँ मैम
our school is very good in talking. Very good in talking.
And they force us actually. Our school forces us for everything.
Hey,
Don't do
this
this.
and
This is
and
We are not also.
My doctor AFP does your brother.
this
We are
listen. Why we have seen that the nationalism is such a feeling. When this feeling is coming, that is, we feel all are the part of our country. That means that particular country, people, they began to feel that they are part and parcel. Okay. From that feeling only, that nationalism emerged. Here, in that one example is given about sorry. Which country's example is given? Austria-Hungary. Yes. You just one of you read out the. You just read what is the page number?
Page number 8.
Take the textbook, page number 8. What you are reading accordingly, I will write on the board.
If you look at the map of late 18th century Europe, you will find that there were nine nation states as we know them today. What we know today as Germany, Italy, and New Zealand was divided into kingdoms, duchies, and cantons.
Taken.
The rulers had their autonomous territories. Eastern and Central Europe were under autocratic monarchies within the territories of which lived diverse people. They did not see themselves as sharing a collective identity or common culture. Often they even spoke different languages and belonged to a different ethnic group. The Habsburg Empire that ruled over Austria-Hungary, for example,
So what was the dynasty ruled over Habsburg? Habsburg. Okay. Then continue. What first?
was a patchwork of many different regions and people. It included the Alpine region, the Tyrol, Austria, and Switzerland, as well as Bohemia.
Alpine region, which all places are included? Tyrol. Then
Austria.
you just read.
I'm taking my drinks and not eating.
Tyrol, Austria, and Sudetenland, as well as Bohemia.
Austria, Sudan.